Morning, Andy.
Kilo Delta Romeo, EA7 Hotel Echo Juliet. Kilo Delta Romeo, EA7 Hotel Echo Juliet. Ja, Ferdinand, nou, leuk je stem weer te horen, D2FR, EA7 HJ Retour. Ja, ik was zondagavond, zo rond 9 uur zijn we weer teruggekomen. En leuk je weer aan te treffen, hè. Ja, S9 ongeveer, geen super signaal, maar goed, de band is erg stil, hè. En ja, ik zie veel bewolking bij jullie, maar geen blauw, hè, in de regenfoto. Het is wel veel bewolking.
Is this frequency news?
Frequency news?
Is this frequency news, please?
Frequency news, please?
Again, is this frequency news? Good morning, Andy. CQ calling CQ, CQDX 20 meter, calling CQDX 20, CQ20. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Foxtrot calling. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Foxtrot, standing by. CQ20, CQ20. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Foxtrot, calling CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Foxtrot, calling CQDX, QRZ. CQ, CQ, CQDX, this is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Foxtrot. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Foxtrot, calling CQ, CQ. Calling CQ, CQ 20 meters. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Foxtrot. CQ, CQ, CQ call. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Foxtrot, calling and standby listening, QRZ. CQ, CQ, calling CQ, CQ, calling CQ. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Foxtrot, calling CQ. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Foxtrot, calling CQDX. CQ, CQ, this is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Foxtrot, calling CQ and standby listening, QRZ.
Audio.
CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Foxtrot, calling. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Foxtrot, calling. CQ, 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 calling CQ. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Foxtrot, calling CQ and standing by.
Romeo 2 for Delta Tango, X-ray.
Romeo 2 Delta Tango X-ray. Good morning. You're 5 and 7 this morning here in Belgium. Go ahead, Oleg.
Good morning. Your report is 558. My name is Oleg. My location is Podolsk, Moscow region, Russia.
Yeah, QSL Oleg. Yeah, thank you very much for the 5 and 8 report. Yeah, I got you on the back of the beam. I'm actually pointing towards Pacific Ocean through the long path, Oleg. So, but nice copy from your station there. Very good. The name here is Kurt. Kilo Uniform Radio Tango, QSL.
Kilo Romeo Uniform Tango, yes, QSL.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Oleg, for the call. I'll make a few more calls because I have to keep it short today, but pleased to meet you for the first time. I don't see your call sign in my logbook popping up earlier, so it's the first time we have the QSO. Thank you, sir. Romeo 2 Delta Tango X-ray from Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox. Over.
Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Romeo 2, Delta Tango X-ray. Thank you very much. Also, 73, good luck.
73's pleasure is all mine, and have a fantastic day. Thank you, sir. Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox, clear with Romeo 2 Delta Tango X-ray. Any other calls? QRZ? CQ, calling CQ. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot, calling CQ. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot, calling CQ. CQ, enter listening.
Victor Kilo 4, Hotel Alpha.
Victor Kilo 4, make your call again. Good morning.
Yeah, very good morning, Kurt. Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. You copy Victor Kilo 4, Hotel Alpha Yankee.
Yeah, QSL, good copy on you there. Victor Kilo 4, Hotel Alpha Yankee. René, I hope you're doing fine. Very happy to hear some voices coming out of Australia. I'm pointing a long path towards your region. So I hope I'm doing it in the right way and I'm pointing into the right way. Okay, Renard, the name here is Kurt, Kilo Uniform Radio Tango, Kilo United Radio Texas, KURT, and I'm located just in the southern part of Brussels, René, just about 20 kilometers southeast of Brussels. Very nice copy from you. You're 5 and 8, and very pleased to hear your voice. I tried to be on the radio a little bit earlier today, see if I can talk with you guys, because no way to talk to you in the evenings. So short path, nor near nor long path is open in the evening time, and this is when I'm mostly available. Okay, René, back to you there, sir. Victor Kilo 4 Hotel Alpha Yankee. Please give me a little signal report if you don't mind. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. And by the way, I'm live streaming, so you can even follow along on the live stream. You can get to it through the QRZ page. René, back to you.
Yes, okay, Kurt. Yes, I was actually having a look at your page on QRZ while you're having a conversation with the last person. I just find it very interesting. Your signal report 5x8, Kurt, a good strong signal. I was very interested in your antennas. I was looking at the photos of your antennas and also that portable antenna that you're using, which looks a little bit like my hex beam. If you're looking at the QRZ page, you'll see that I've got a hex beam at about 10 meters, about 30 feet, 10 meters off the ground. And and just running a Zygu G90, about 5 watts into an amplifier. I'm running an RM amplifier at about just over 100 watts coming out the tail end of this thing. Just a little radio here, nothing spectacular there, Kurt. I do notice that you're an ex-CBer. I started in CB radio back in 1977, so I saw that that you've been on radio for about 33 years on CB, so I can see that you have a very similar background to me there, Kurt, over.
Yeah, QSL, Rene, I won't be too surprised that we already crossed aerials before, because if there is one region I wanted to talk to when I was still, in my CB career, it was Australia. So I really love to talk into Australia, and it's one of my preferred countries I like to talk to. So I wouldn't be too surprised. We already had some chit-chat before on the bands there, Rene. Even your name doesn't sound unfamiliar to me. So yeah, I just got licensed when we had the first COVID lockdown. I wanted to get that period that I couldn't do anything be valuable, so I ended up in passing the license. The antenna you see on the QRZ page is actually a 4-element Moxon for 10 and 11 meters. So it was prior to my adventure on the handband. So when I was still on the dark side there, Rene. Yeah, that was back in 2019, I think. Back to you, over.
Okay, good. ON7 OSS, VK4HAY. Yeah, it looks very interesting. I thought, just by looking at the photograph, I thought that it might be a 4-element of some sort, but yeah, that's for 10 or 11 meters. That would be about right. I was wondering if I can make something like that for 20 meters. I'm actually in the process of building just a very basic 3-element monobander for 20 meters. That's also going to be using just some a bit of piping as well, very similar to yours there. Just a little bit of pipe and some wire, like a 3-element with an aluminium burn. I'm hoping to get that up in the next month or so and have an experiment to compare it with with my hex beam. The hex that I use is for 20 meters, 15 and 10. So I've just got 3 bands on my hex there, but nothing spectacular. I built it myself. I welded up the tower myself. Just a basic build tower. Comes up and down relatively easily with a winch. So yeah, as I was looking at the photograph there, I was like, oh, that's very interesting. A 4-element. I think so now you piqued my interest, Kurt. I think something like that would be very interesting to build, say, for 15 meters. Probably wouldn't be all that hard, I would hope. But that pole, roughly, how far did you end up getting it above your van? It looks more like maybe 6 or 7 meters above your van.
Yeah, QSL, that's correct. Just checking that we didn't double in the TX so long. Okay, yeah, so you stopped transmitting. Yeah, QSL. Yeah, actually, it's pretty easy to build and very inexpensive. So it's like a Yagi, but the elements are bent towards each other, so it forms almost a full loop. But if you want, I can send you the schematics. I think I must have it somewhere on my computer. It was pretty powerful, and it worked absolutely fine. Prior to the 4-element, I played around with 2-element cubical quad, 4-element cubical quad with Yagi antennas, and this one was doing the job. I really had very good results, and I even built myself a 6-element, and I even stacked 2 6-elements on top of each other. But that was not in Belgium. That was back in Thailand because my wife is from Thailand, and it worked remarkably well. But the only thing is these fishing rods that we were using are standard glass fiber fishing rods that you can find at the Decathlon store. You probably know the Decathlon store as well. You have it in Australia, I think, as well. And I think one rod is maybe like 6-7 euros or something like that at that time. So I'm talking about like 10 years ago, and it was pretty inexpensive to build. It was quite resistant to the wind, but it could go up to 100 kilometers an hour. Once the wind is going beyond 100 kilometers an hour, you might get into trouble. So in that case, if you wanted to make it a little bit stronger, you might have to fit one fishing rod in another fishing rod. And you just make a cross on a vertical pole, and you just stick these fishing rods on top of each other, or you just stick it in this cross that you made out of aluminium. So you got like a cross with U-bolts, and then you just have to tighten everything together, and it just works absolutely fantastic. I'm not sure if you can do something. I guess you can do something like that for 20 meters, but it's going to be pretty huge. I think it's going to be twice as big, and that's going to be really huge. To give you an idea, the 4-element Moxon, I call it a 4-element Moxon because it's based on the Moxon layout. It only weighted about maybe 1.5 kilo, something like that. So it was very easy and maneuverable when you had to put it on top of something. So it was pretty easy to set it up because of the lightweight. So you also don't spend too much money on rotor devices. So. And it worked for me. For at least I used it for maybe a decade, and it was absolutely fantastic. It broke down at a few occasions because of strong winds, but who cares if you have very easy access to the antenna, and one fishing rod is just like less than 10 euros. It's not a big deal when it breaks down, So you just have to wait until the wind period is finished, and you're good to go again there. So that's how I did it, and it worked pretty well. Back to you there, Renee. Victor Kilo 4 Hotel Alpha Yankee, Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, over.
Okay, good. 017 OSF, VK flag in line. Yes, I consider some fiberglass. Mine's the same, Kurt. Those fiberglass ones here on mine, they're about $30 each, I think they were, about $30 each. So I needed 6 of those for my hex. So a couple $100, and I ended up making a steel. I welded up a steel core, the core piece that holds it all. I welded that all together, so that added a little bit more weight to it there. My hex beam probably weighs much closer to 10 kilos. I think it's between 8 and 10 kilos is what my hex beam weighs all up. And then I've got the rotator cage on the top and the rotator. So there's basically at the end of my mast is about almost 18 kilos. I think I weighed it at. So it's a little. It tends to feel a little bit as it goes up there, Kurt. But I haven't managed to work on anything to get much more than about 10 meters off the ground. But I do notice
Sierra Papa 5, Whiskey November Juliet. Sierra Papa 5, Whiskey November Juliet.
The Whiskey Quad. That looks quite interesting. That looks like the tower extends. That's what I'm looking to do here myself. I'm looking for a 15 to 20 meter tower. I'd like to get up a little bit higher, to sort of be able to get a better signal out on 20 meters, and of course maybe get a decent inverted V up for 40 meters. But you've got a really interesting setup there, and I was like, I couldn't resist the opportunity to come in and say hello. I liked all your photos. It's obviously very interesting validation. I can see that you've also got I don't live in the city here, I also live on large acreage, probably something a little bit like you, but my animals aren't quite as interesting as the animals that you've got on yours.
Yeah, QSL Renee, Victor Kilo 4 Hotel Alpha Yankee. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. Yeah, these are my little pets, mate. They just I've been breeding these silkies. These are the American version. You've got different versions. You've got a European version as well, but they don't have such long feathers. But the ones that I have very long feathers. But our rooster, the famous rooster that was famous even on the radio and everywhere, he passed away about 2 months ago. So yeah, he had the age of 6-7 years old. So, and that's about the age these animals can get, you know. So he had a very nice life. Yeah, coming back to the antenna gear, Rene, this is my personal opinion. I currently use a 2-element cubical quad, and I have been thinking in a very deliberate way what to choose as an antenna. So it's kind of compact, it's kind of inexpensive, you don't need big tower or a high tower, and you don't need big a rotor. So, and I came up with this 2-element cubical quad I'm using. It's a single feed point for the different bands, so you can go from 20 to 10 meters. It's a single feed point, and I like the quad antennas because you don't need that one wavelength of altitude to get the best out of it, so you can put it lower. So you save quite a lot of money on expenses as far as tower construction is concerned, as far as rotor is concerned. So it's kind of inexpensive if you compare it to a Yagi antenna, which requires at least one wavelength. So you need a tower of 20 and even more meters. Also, you know, with the single feed point, I just switch the band. I don't have to tune anything. I got a flat SWR on every single band from 20 to 10 meters. And one bonus as well is that because of the antenna being at the lower altitude, you're less vulnerable to lightning, because lightning, you know, is very dangerous. Can, you know, break down your gear. Can cost you a lot of money. You can't be home every time there is a thunderstorm passing by, so you always take a risk. Unless you disconnect it every single time. But then you need to disconnect everything: rotor, antenna switch, whatever. So yeah, this is another suggestion to you there, Rene. So in your endeavor in finding the best antenna, I think just also consider the 2-element cubical quad. You can see it; it's on the QRZ page as well, Rene. And just click that first link. Click that first link, the very, very, very first picture you see right on top. And when you go to that one, you can hear to yourself because I'm doing the live stream. Back to you there, Rene. Victor Kilo 4, Hotel Alpha Yankee. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox, over.
Yes, Owen 7 OFF, X1 PK4HKY. Yeah, I've been having a fairly good success, you know, with the Hex team. Obviously, you know, it's not able to compete with the big boys. Some of the stations we get in this country with a lot more power, and obviously, they get up there in height. You may be aware of, there's a guy in the States, Kilo Echo 5, Echo Echo Stand. This guy, he's in Florida. You've got to see his page on QRZ. You probably have seen it, I imagine. And it's just absolutely enormous. When I think about a tower that's 200 feet high, and he's got three stacked Yagis on 40 meters on both sides. Pretty amazing stuff to look at, eh? It's just unbelievable. But no, like I said, it's the Hex. I have been quite fortunate with it. Like I said, it seems to work okay. But I pop out about 100 watts, and I'm really glad that you're actually able to have this relatively stable conversation, because obviously the X has been holding up. The propagation is holding up quite well. And I've still got you at a constant 5758 without too much drama. So I'm really pleased that I hit that on my 100 watts on the Hex beam, that I am still getting through to you without too much drama. The amplifier that you've got, I noticed you've got quite a lot of gear there, Kurt. As far as power is concerned, are you running I think it's an OM amplifier, is that correct, Over?
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, that's correct. I'm currently using it, the OM 2000 Plus. I think it's Slovakian made or something, but yeah, it's very good. Before I had that OM power, I was using a Henry amplifier, and I was also very happy with the Henry amplifier, but it was getting old and it makes a lot of noise, so the background noise was quite high because the fan is quite noisy. It's the old school amplifiers with, 811 alpha tubes, I think it is. There's two of them, and you also get to the legal limit. The legal limit here in Belgium is 1.5, so that's the maximum allowable power for the A-class licensed operators over here. Yeah, you know, if you really, I know Stan, I've made a few contacts with Stan. I am in contact with Stan through other means of communication. So he is indeed a very big station, but maybe one you should also look out for is radio or remotehamradio.com. It's there's a few world-class stations, they call it, a couple of stations that can be remotely controlled through the internet. And you can take over the control of these radio stations. You can actually, for free, sign up to their website and use it for RX purposes. If you want to be able to TX, you can do so. But some of these stations, they are absolutely insane. They have like 4/4/4/4 stacked antennas with a complete rotatable tower. So it's absolutely insane. So yeah, you can Google it down. It's called remotehamradio.com. I sometimes hear someone using the radio, and they actually make it available for I think it's if I'm not mistaken, for a couple of 50 euros or something, or 50 or 30 euros. I don't remember per month or per year, and then you get a specific amount of time you can spend on the radio in TX. So yeah, and they are completely insane. Yeah, you know, the thing is, you don't need to have big gear. You don't need 25 radios. I'm very modest actually in my setup. I only have my TS480, and my receive is on the SDR Play receiver. So I just wanted to have this band scope and fantastic SDR capability. But my TS480 is not capable of doing SDR, so I just combining it with the SDR Play, and that's what you see on the live stream. So SDR Play is my daily driver for receive. Okay, I'll pass microphone back to you there, Renee. Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox returning to Victor Kilo 4, Hotel Alpha Yankee. Over.
Okay, good. ON7OFS, VK4HAY. And thank you very much for that. I'll check that URL out, mate. Just be interesting to see what it sounds like, from the perspective of a big gun, what I call in English a big gun station. So be interesting to be able to hear it, and see the sort of the actual difference in signal strength. But yeah, Japan's one of the bigger ones out there, I know that, and I know there are some pretty amazing stations in Russia, and some of them are in Japan. There are some amazing stations around the world, and these guys just must spend, I'd hate to think, how much money these guys have on these aerial systems, but yeah, they've got the signal to match it. Well, you guys are quite fortunate over there. The legal limit in this country is about 400 watts. My license only allows 100 watts. But in this country, I'd be interested to see how many stations actually do run with 400 watts. They're good. I'd take a guess that a lot of them actually run a lot more than that. I can understand that in places like Belgium, also in New Zealand. New Zealand's got about one kilowatt. So Australia's a bit funny like that. Good. I don't know why they've got such a low limit for the advanced class. So I would have thought it was 1,000 watts would be fairly standard for the advanced class, but it certainly isn't like that in this country. But I've actually got an RST1 here as well that I'm mucking around with. just trying to get it all working correctly. I'm having some difficulties with it there. I think I'm mucking around with this RST1 with a different way to try and get it working correctly and try to get it in sync with my radios, because I did actually buy a Chinese what they call a unit that flicks over, that allows you to run 100 watts through it and then actually do the receive on the SDR, but I still haven't got that perfected there, George. Still on I'm not all that screwed up when it comes to computers and stuff like that, mate. A little bit iffy in that regard. I also did notice that on your skills net page that you speak 5 different languages there, Kurt. I can see that you do start with Dutch. So mijn ouders waren ook van Holland. Mijn ouders waren van Limburg en van Brabant af. Dus ik kan wel Hollands praten, ik versta Hollands wel. Maar voor mij is het een klein beetje moeilijk altijd goed in Hollands te praten. So I thought I'd just challenge that and see how my Dutch is still going after all these years, Kurt. Over.
Okay, wow, okay, fantastic. Yeah, I'm happy that you can speak Dutch. It's fantastic. Ik vind het heel fantastisch dat je Nederlands kan praten. Before I got licensed, Renee, I was also active on 11 meters from my wife's location in Thailand. And I was amazed how many countries I can speak to that speak Dutch. Either it was I spoke to a guy at that time, I'm talking about 10, 12, 15 years ago. I spoke to a guy on a regular basis. He was from Holland, and he was living in the Philippines. There's another Australian station that is also a Dutch guy that was living in Australia, so I regularly spoke Dutch with that guy as well. Then we had propagation sometimes with South Africa, and they speak Afrikaans. We have still these some people. I spoke to one guy from Indonesia. He was speaking Dutch as well. And then a couple of other occasions I had a QSO with people in the Caribbean, and they speak Dutch as well. So it's just absolutely amazing how many people speak Dutch. And I was feeling when I was in Thailand, like, oh my God, I'm just 10,000 kilometers away from home, and still so many people, they can speak Dutch. So it was absolutely amazing. And you are just confirming it. You're just on the opposite side of the world, mate, and you can speak Dutch as well. So, yeah, okay. So did you say it's your parents that were Dutch-speaking, or yourself, you are born in Holland, René? Over.
Yeah, I went 7 hours there speaking for HAY. Yeah, I'm born in Australia, but mijn ouders waren geboren in Nederland. 1926. So they were born in 1926. My parents passed away. They died about 3 years ago. So they made 92 years of age, and they came to Australia in 1967. I think 1967 or 1958. And I had 3 brothers. My 2 older brothers were born in Holland, but I was born here in Australia, in Queensland. I had been to Holland when I was young, between the age of 5 and 7. So mijn ouders hadden café in Heerlen. En ik was 5 jaar oud, en dan was ik 7 jaar oud als ik terug naar Australië was gegaan. And I do remember Holland, the Dutch weather there, good. I did like it there. There were certain things that I missed about Holland there. I actually went to Holland again in 2015, and then I lost my partner, who was also Dutch. I lost her 6 years ago, and I went back to Holland in 2019 to visit her mother. To show my respect to her mother, and she's still living actually, she's still around. She lives in Brabant, in an old age home in Brahma. And I still miss certain things there, Kurt. I can tell you the food quality. Okay, the food quality on this side of the world will never match the European stuff, Kurt. I miss getting a nice fresh croissant in the morning. I was there 1 month in 2019, and every day, Kurt, every day I went to the local bakery and got croissants and just ate up like you wouldn't believe, because I was pretty certain that I may not get back to Holland ever again. So I do miss the nice food that you've got here in Holland. I did notice that you've got that you had a nice store. You run a store. Do you run a perfume store with your wife there, David?
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, I'm actually a perfumer. I'm designing perfumes. I am selling the perfume. So I'm actually a perfumer. That is my job there, Renee. So I've been doing this job now for 20-something years. It's surprising and very interesting what you tell me. I never realized that the food quality is not that good in Australia. I thought that you also had good food, but I know that maybe Australia has more a culture of English food and American food, which in my opinion, of course, is not as high quality as European food. So I totally agree. I must confess that when I'm staying for an extended period of time in Thailand, I also miss the European food and some things you cannot get there, like crispy bread. But nowadays in Thailand, you can even get nice croissants in supermarkets. They make it the same moment, the same day, and they're still warm, like they come out of the bakery straight away. So no panic about that. But yeah, certain things are very expensive over there. Like cheese is very expensive. But yeah, I'm surprised that you tell me that the food isn't that good, you know. So I'm just having a little walk around at the moment in Kalbar, where you live. It seems kind of flat. I have a very good friend. He's also in Queensland, but he is more in Kumala. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Kumala. It's way up in the north of Queensland. You're more down south, so but he's way up to the north. He's a very good friend of mine. He was a farmer, but he just retired recently. So it's way up. You need to go up north to Benderberg and go further up north to Serena and he's from what's the QTH again? Kumala, but now he moved to Serena, I think. Yeah, okay. I'm just having a little look around how it looks out there down your way, you know. So it's my way of traveling. I've never been to Australia. I've always been intrigued with Australia. I always wanted to go there. The only thing I've seen from Australia is the outback out of the window of the airplane when I was flying from Kuala Lumpur to Auckland, because I went to visit New Zealand back in oh my God, I think it's like 6 years ago right now. Back to you there. Renee, Victor Kilo 4, Hotel Alpha Yankee, Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox, over.
Yes, 7, ahead. It's this country, when it comes to food, it's not that much. I mean, that's just my opinion, of course. I mean, I'm not particularly well-traveled, Kurt. I tend to avoid the cities most of the time anyway, so that doesn't help, of course. But just from my perspective, in this country, probably some of the better food you get would be obviously in Sydney, probably Sydney and Melbourne. From my perspective, I enjoyed Melbourne. But out where I live, like out in the countryside, I live about 70 kilometres away from Brisbane, which is the biggest city in Queensland. And just the food quality out here, you know, like if I want a croissant, just to give you a story, Kurt, when I was there in 2019, I stayed with my cousin in Brisbane, which is a town in Midway, not too far from Howland. And he was the manager of a Lidl, the shops over there, like Lidl. And yeah, we went to get some croissants one morning, and I think we paid like €3. €3 for a whole bag, like a big bag of croissants, fresh. So I got like, I think it was like 15 cents each. And I said to him, you realize that same bag of food for €3 would have cost me about $25, and the food quality wouldn't have been anywhere near as fresh as it could. Like at my local coffee place down here, if I ask for it's called a ham and cheese croissant. It's about $8. I got about $8 for a ham and cheese croissant. And I tell you what, Bert, after most of the powder, it looks like it's been run over by a semi-trailer. Over.
Okay, yeah. Well, I can imagine. You know, the problem is that food prices here are also getting very expensive. If I think things might have changed in the meantime, if you come down over here, Renee. But I think it's worldwide. I don't know what these guys or these politicians worldwide are doing, but I think we're heading for a food crisis as far as I can see. But here, you know, prices of food has gone up maybe dramatically with maybe 25-30%, while energy prices has increased with a staggering 300%. Mate, it's just absolutely insane. It's just mind-blowing to see how energy prices have gone up. It all has to do, of course, with what's going on in Ukraine, but I think it's just more than only Ukraine. There's much more going on. They tried to get us off the fossil fuels and trying to follow some kind of an agenda that you might be familiar with. But just to give you an idea, Renee, last year I paid €120 for a monthly. It's a monthly fee that you need to pay, and then at the end of the year, they will calculate the difference. But basically, my electricity bill was around about €120-140, something in that region, because I had to pay a little bit more at the end of the period. This year, the electricity bill has gone up with a threefold and a little bit. So right now, today, as we speak, every month I need to pay €380 just for electricity. And it's just absolutely insane how the prices have gone up. They blame it on the gas, but you know, they made very bad decisions here. They have been closing down different nuclear power plants, and they think that they can make everything work on renewables, which is absolutely incorrect and insane. It's just some kind of a rhetoric of extremist ecologists. And when you close down these nuclear power plants, and it's a dark winter day with no wind, you have no wind energy, you've got no solar energy, they need to fill up the gap with something. So because they took down the nuclear power plants, the only thing that is left over is either coal or gas. Now the gas price has skyrocketed. At a certain moment it just went up by a tenfold, and this year will probably on the planet, in general, the entire planet, will probably have burned more coal than ever before. So there you go with their idea of green energy, HI. Anyway, but that's just the problem over here. So it's absolutely insane, Renee. I got a lady at the handicraft market where I work, and she's living alone with her dog, and she has heating in her house with gas. And because of the gas price going up that steep, her monthly cost of electricity bill and gas bill is €650 per month. So knowing that the, how could I say, monthly income, average income, net income is about around 1,700, 1,800 euros. So there you are. Just to give you an idea, Renee. So maybe you're in Australia. It's not good, but I think you're better off over there at the moment, Renee. Back to you. Victor Kilo 4, Hotel Alpha Yankee from Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox, over.
look at what's going on in the world, it just doesn't make sense. And in Holland, we say it's glossy. It's glossy. So yeah, I'm with you. I agree with you 100%. I actually got a point in England in Brisbane. In contact with some regular Indian concerns that the price of gas it is happening here, but not to the same degree. We've got other conditions happening here. There's the price of fuel, the price of petrol. The price of steel, which is what I was doing that when I was doing my power there. So I couldn't believe how much I had to pay for that steel. That steel that we see there cost me nearly $500 just for a bit of steel. That's basically about 10 metres worth of steel and another piece of like about 5 metres by 100 in the ground that was the mass pivot on. About $500 worth of steel. Just sitting on that little bit of half that you see in your check. So yeah, the price of steel has definitely doubled. That's definitely doubled during the last year. I've also noticed the price of meat, good quality meat, so it's really just kind of gone up quite a bit here. The sea steak hasn't gone up that much yet, but it's they're playing the game of some sort. Good. It sounds like you have to say it doesn't make sense, Bruce. Why shut down all these things so quickly when you don't have alternatives for them? So there is something else at play, and I would agree with that 100%, that there's something else going on, more than this thing that's going on supposedly in Ukraine. So we can say it's all on speculation, because we can't see the north side of the world as to what's going on. I'm relatively confident that our news services aren't coming on through. Probably aren't going to utilize through as much on it. Yeah, that's pretty hefty. We're looking at a 300-500% increase in electricity. And I'm hearing the same thing in the United Kingdom. But the United Kingdom, I'm hearing is worse, maybe 700-800% increase in electricity there.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, well, yeah, steel price has gone up dramatically here over here as well. It's just a worldwide offer and demand. So it's just worldwide, and everything goes up. But the worst part, Renee, is that they are trying to kill all the farmers. This is what is for me the most concerning thing. And I personally decided to find a lovely lady in Thailand, because by the time I retire, and I think I've got a couple of years to go, and then probably I'll retire, at least on the farm of my wife in Thailand, I will have food 24/7, 365 days a year, because I see what's coming. And it's just absolutely insane. They want to get rid of 3,000 farmers back in the Netherlands. But you know how many farmers there are in the Netherlands? Well, let's guess, 3,000. So it's just absolutely insane what is happening. And it's just some kind of an agenda that is executed because, they call it for climate change and all that kind of bullshit. Sorry for my words. It's happy time. But it all has to do because they have a hidden agenda, and they're all puppets executing this agenda altogether. If it has to do with climate change, the only thing that will help for climate change is just decrease and explain people what to do and stop having children, and build our economy in such a way that we can sustain the economy with a decrease of world population. But how harsh it might be and how hard it might be, the only way to worldwide sustainability is a decrease of population growth, and all the rest is bullshit. You can save as much as you want on your ecological footprint. Every meter that you save if it's going to be taken up by a newborn baby that is there, well, all the savings are just lost. So it's just absolutely insane. So I don't, you know, you probably heard about the World Economic Forum. So that's actually what they're executing. And it's just a couple of non-elected people that are planning this, and all these in power, whether you go to the politics in Europe or America or even in Australia, they're just puppets from this group. Anyway, I'm a little bit political, and I know we're not supposed to talk about this, but yeah, people, they need to wake up, and that's the whole point of my rhetoric. I think people, they just need to wake up, and once you swallow the red pill, there's no way back. So, but fortunately, there's no way back, because the more people swallow the red pill, the more people will see what's going on. But anyway, that's my story of the take there, Renee. I'll have a couple of more obligations, so I'm not going to stay too long on the frequency. I'm going to take one more caller, and then I'm going to go QRT, because I've got a little bit of work to do. But Renee, it's been an absolute pleasure to hear you. I'll pass the microphone one more time to you for us to hear your comments, and then I'll see who's around, Renee. Victor Kilo 4, Hotel Alpha Yankee. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot, Foxtrot, over.
Foxtrot, Foxtrot, over. I'm not amazed that we're going to have a report for 40 minutes. Still got you 5 by 7. Still got you 5 by 7. Maybe a little bit. And I'm just amazed that I was able to have a nice phone conversation with you. I absolutely agree, mate. The agenda, I'm very well aware of the
Attenzione colleague, Tanconine, India, Lima Call from Sicily Island 1, Vision Italy.
So I'm very well aware of what's going on, and I do understand that I'm not elected, that's for sure. But there is something there, but of course, the average person doesn't really want to have a nice conversation about these things. I do appreciate that you've got yourself lined up. That's exactly why I come out here, Peter. I'm almost fully sustainable here, not on my own, mate. I've got my own supply of water. I have my own solar panels. I can run up to 5 kilowatts of solar panels for minutes. I've got my own food, my own command, chicken food stuff, so I'm doing exactly the same as you do there, getting ready to step out from all of the crap, but they're just getting things in having a sector. So I'm fully on board, and I'm glad to hear that someone else on the radio there is aware of these things and then can have a conversation about it. So it's very nice. I really appreciate it, Chris. Good to hear. I wish you a really nice Christmas coming up, and I hope we'll get to speak again at some point. Next time, thank you very much for a very nice conversation. I really appreciate it. 087, 087. And next time,
Thank you so much. I really appreciate, I really enjoyed the QSO there, Renee. So quite interesting, and it's always nice to have a little longer conversation with people instead of a 5 and 9 report. And I also do see that we have another Victor Kilo in the standby. So see, I can work VK. What is it? VK3 MRT. Okay, there you are. Renee, a pleasure is all mine. Just keep up the good work. I know it's, just turn on that radio. It will take away the solitude, and you will be in company with thousands of people. And I'm really looking forward for the next one. I do not operate often in the morning, but today I just wanted to give it a go because I want to talk with you guys. HI 73 is Renee. You take care. VK4 Hotel Alpha Yankee. ON7 OFF clear with you. 73 is mate. Thank you, Renee, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Let me see if there is VK3MRT. VK3MRT, can you push that PTT on your microphone?
Can you copy Delta Golf 1, Sugar Golf Echo?
Okay, I'll try one more time. VK3MRT, Delta Juliet, one moment. VK3MRT, ON7OFF, over. Negative copy on Martin. Yeah, who is the Delta station? Go ahead. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox Fox.
Yeah, Delta Golf 1, Sugar Golf Echo. I just wanted to say hello to you, and and have a nice signal here in the southern part of Germany.
Yeah, QSL, can you just complete the call? Delta Golf 1, I didn't get the rest. You went a little bit too fast for my slow brain. Over.
Okay, your slow brain. Okay, Roger. It doesn't look like it when I listen to your last transmission. It's Delta Golf 1, Sierra Golf Echo, Sugar Germany Echo, and the handle is Stefan, and the location is about 60 kilometers north of the Lake of Constance in the southern part of Germany. Roger.
Yeah, QSL, Steve, no problem. Thank you very much, mate. Guten Tag. Von Belgien. I'm currently pointing towards Australia through the long pass, Steve. So I'm surprised that I get you that loud on the back of the beam. Yeah, the name here is Kurt, Kilo Uniform Romeo Tango. And yeah, we're trying to have some fun with these guys there on the other side of the globe. See if we can get them here. Now the propagation is open. Back to you, Steve. Delta Golf 1, Sierra Golf Echo. I have you 5 and 7, 5 and 8. I'm not sure if you're following along on the live stream as well, but works absolutely fine. They're in Durmentingen. Bitte zurück, Steve. Delta Golf 1, Sierra Golf Echo. This is ON7 OFF.
Roger, ON7 OSF, Delta Golf 1, Sugar Golf Echo returning. Yeah, very good, my friend. My antenna is also pointing long pass towards VK and Australia, because I was on 300 operating some guys from Australia, and then I saw your signal here on my screen, and I decided to listen to your voice for a little bit. Okay, fine on that part. I'm operating here an Apache Left Iron 8000 DLE in combination with a homegrown linear, about 800 watt peak, programmed into a 3-element Italian ultra beam antenna, which is pointing towards, almost towards southeast right now. No, southwest right now, toward Long Pass, Australia, and VK, and Fedel. That's the way it is. So I won't hold you. I say 7-3, have a nice Christmas in Belgium, and say hello to all my Belgian friends. I have a lot of friends in Belgium, which I meet at least 1 or 2 times a year. Also ham radio operators, like Oscar November 4 MM, and he's all of his friends. 73s, and God bless. See you further down the log again. EG1 Sugar Golf Echo for the final. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much, Steve. Fantastic. And yeah, you also have the same kind of a background. I've also been for a long time on 11 and got licensed about 2 years ago when the lockdown was there. I was getting so bored that I finally started to read these books for the Class A license here in Belgium. And I got licensed during or just after the COVID hit. So in August, I think it was in 2020. Thanks a lot for the nice QSO. It's been a pleasure. And I'm going to make one more call to Australia or New Zealand, see if I can make the contact. 73s, and talk to you soon there, Stefan. Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. And by the way, I just did a very quick look on your QRZ page, see that you're a technician in the security industry, which is quite interesting, HI. And also I just want to let you know that your Kenwood TS4 2000 and the homebrew amplifier is doing a fantastic job here. 73, Stefan. Steve, talk to you soon, mate.
Roger. I say also 7-3, God bless, and see you hopefully very soon again here on the band. Bye-bye for now. DG1 Sugar Golf Echo, Ocean Nancy 7, Ocean Foxtrot Foxtrot. Signing clear enough. Bye-bye.
73, talk to you soon. Delta Golf 1 Sierra Golf Echo ON7 OFF. We're standby.
Echo India 3, Hotel Tango Bravo.
Echo India 3, Hotel Tango Bravo, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Echo Alpha 5, stroke Echo Italy 3, Hotel Tango Bravo. Echo Alpha 5, stroke Echo Italy 3, Hotel Tango Bravo. The name is Dave, the location is Alicante, over.
Yeah, how you doing there in Alicante? Nice to meet you, Dave. The name here is Kurt, Kilo Uniform Romeo Tango, and the QTH here is Brussels there, Dave, pointing towards Pacific Ocean. We might just have the end of the propagation for today on 20 meters long path. Kind of late already for these guys. Maybe I should move to 10 meter. Dave, 5 and 5 is your report here in Brussels. Very good, and very steady and clear audio. Back to you. And I hope you're having a good time there in the warm and sunny Echo Alpha 5 region. I know you get much more rain back in Echo India 3, so it's better to be in Echo Alpha 5. Over.
Yeah, I'll copy that. Just get your call sign again there. Sorry, there was a little bit of QS Baker when you were giving me the call sign. What's the call sign again, please, over?
Dave, it's very easy. Look at your on-off switch. It's written exactly the same way. It's on, 7, off. Roger?
Okay, on, 7, off. Is that correct?
That is it. Yeah, you got it all right. I'm the binary guy here in Belgium. I'm turning the radio on and off 7 times in a week, HI, with a foxtrot at the end on the call. Over.
Yeah, I'll copy there, Kurt. I'm looking at you there on QRZ. Yeah, sorry, your signal report, Kurt. You're 5.7, sometimes peaking 5.9 there. Just trying out a new antenna there. It's a double bazooka in an inverted V, cut for 20. And I'm just using the ICOM IC70 1300, with just 100 watts from the radio there, over.
Yeah, QSL, yeah, I hope you're having a good time there. How's the weather in Alicante? You are having more luck than we have with the rain, over?
Yeah, you know, it doesn't really rain that much here at all. I'm actually living here now, Kurt, but because, you know, even though I have my Harrick certificate and everything there, and I'm living here 6 months, because I haven't actually formally done my residency yet, you know, they're very helpful here in Spain to help you get the call sign, you know, SETI and some other organizations, but they need the residency before they can do it, so it's a little bit unusual here, that situation in Spain, but it is what it is. So, yeah, I just need to push my residency through, and then they'll give me an Echo Alpha call sign. So that can't come soon enough because Echo Alpha 5 stroke Echo India 3 Hotel Tango Bravo really is a mouthful there. But read about the weather, yeah, it's blue skies here at the moment. It doesn't rain that much in the Costa Blanca. I think 330 days of sunshine a year. So we, you know, even though when it does rain, it's normally only for a few hours. But the WX today is quite pleasant. It's currently 14 degrees Celsius, probably to get up to, I think it's to get up to about 18 degrees today, over.
Yeah, QSL, yeah. It was freezing cold just over the weekend. And Sunday evening, Dave, when I drove home from the job, city center of Brussels to my home QTH is about half an hour drive. It took me about an hour because it was just one big ice on the road, so I had to be very careful and drive very, very slowly. Luckily, I made it home because it started to rain. It was like -10 during the Saturday to Sunday night, and then it started to rain at the end of Sunday when it was still freezing over the day. But today it's like 10 degrees, so it's quite mild. But we get, of course, once it starts to warm up, we get the moisture and the rain. So unlucky with that. Okay, Dave, I'm going to move then. I'm going to see if I can wake up these guys there in the Pacific Ocean on the 10-meter band, see if there is some activity over there. And then I'm going to call it the day as far as radio is concerned, because I got a couple of more responsibilities. Pleasure is all mine. Thank you for giving me a shout. Always nice to hear Echo India stations. I love to talk into Echo India, and I'm sometimes standby on the Southern Irish network, repeater network, and operate from my Zello application to get into the repeater network. So, okay, I'll pass microphone one more time to you, and I'm going to go QSY, Dave. And you can listen along also on the live stream. So if you click on the first link that is on the QRZ page, it will kick off the live stream. Go ahead, Dave. Echo Alpha 5 stroke Echo India 3 Hotel Tango Bravo. Yeah, I need to breathe a few times before I can get that one right. Back to you there, Dave. Over.
Yeah, Oscar November 7, Oscar Fox, this is Echo Alpha 5, stroke Echo India 3, Hotel Tango Bravo returning. Wow, what a mouthful. Yeah, no worries there. I'll let you get on and make a little bit of DX. Thanks for coming back to my call and testing out this antenna there. I just put it up in a north-south orientation there in a V. On my flat roof there, about 300 meters from the sea, and I'm looking at your lovely antenna there. Yeah, wow, that looks absolutely fantastic there, your cubicle quad there, fantastic. Yeah, no problem, my friend. I'll let you get on and make call. Lovely to make the contact with you there for the first time there, and hopefully we'll work a few more times there down the log. 7-3 for the moment there. And by the way, with the weather, yeah, my wife is in Latonia, or Latvia. Minus 14 over there at the moment, and my own home country, they had it up to minus 7 or 8 as well, which is unusual for them. 7-3 for the moment, and thanks for taking the call. Look forward to the next one. From Echo Alpha 5, stroke Echo India 3, Hotel Tango Bravo. Have a good day there, coach. Good DX.
73, pleasure's all mine. Hopefully we can catch up with you soon again. ON7, OFF, we're clear. Bye-bye.
7-3.
Good morning, Echo America 3, India November United.
Я очень тоже хорошо слышу. 5-9, 5-9 вам, Борисоглебский Юрий. Борисоглебский, 5-9 слышно. Ведь какую антенну применять? Имущество сейчас какая на приеме? This is Lima Zulu 5 Tango Sierra. Thank you very much for that. Oscar November 5 Alpha Bravo. Oscar Hotel 1 Tango X-Way. Alpha Bravo, good afternoon. Thank you for your call. You are about 5 by 3 to 5 by 5.
Yes, okay, Sam, this is Oscar November 5 Alpha Bravo. 57 Sam in Brussels. Yankee India 1 Whiskey Alpha, ON5 AB, ON5 Alpha Bravo. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the 5 and 7. You are 5 by 5, my friend. 55. Happy holidays and all the best. Oscar November 5.
Yeah, that's the microphone who is falling. Hello, the microphone just fell on the ground. I'm gonna call it a day, guys. I need a couple of more things to do, so I have some orders for my business that I need to process. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Marty. Sorry it didn't work out, Marty, for us. Citizen Will, thank you very much. Echo Alpha 4, Tango Kilo. And Danielle, thank you very much. I'm going to go QRT. It's been a pleasure to have you guys amongst us this morning. And I might just do some live stream later on tonight. So we'll see what's going on. I hope you enjoyed the QSO, Andy. I know you're very often on the chat there. So I hope you enjoyed it. Echo Alpha 3, India November uniform. Thank you very much. And yeah, thank you all being there. So QRT, I'll shut it down, and you guys have fun. Pleasure is all mine.